Who is the goddess Kali Ma, and how can her story be an empowering one for us in the feminine awakening? So Kali, or Kali Ma, is the most beloved Indian goddess. So powerful. Some people worship her in her wrathful form, and others worship up to 13 different faces of her. So I would like to speak about her story, the myth of Kali, which there's two versions. And for our beloved Hindu listeners, I know that to say she is a story or a myth might not be how you understand her to be very, very alive and real as your goddess. So no offense meant by this. She is a goddess that we are introducing to more of the world in this way as a goddess of power. And in one version of her story, she is Parvati, the beautiful wife of Shiva. And in the realm, there is an evil demon, Raktabija, who is wreaking havoc and destroying the realm of the gods and of the humans of this world. And the gods, even Shiva himself, cannot stop this demon, because every time a drop of his blood hits the ground, a little clone of him, a little replication, a fractal of him happens, until there is a clone army. And the gods are at a loss how to stop this demon, which represents the demon of illusion. It represents the demon of the parts of human consciousness that are wrathful and selfish and greedy and unkind and just, you know, everything narcissistic and evil about the ego. The illusions, confusions, and delusions that are caused. So in her love for the realm, Parvati decides to change herself into an equally fierce and wrathful form so that this demon can be stopped. In another legend, it is Durga, the warrior goddess that sits on the back of her lion with her many arms and many weapons, that she herself cannot even defeat Raktabija. And so she births Kali from her third eye, the most ferocious, wrathful form, to do this thing that is necessary. And you often see Kali with her long red tongue and her blue face and a necklace of skulls around her neck. For in her wrathful and fierce form of compassion, she devours every drop of Raktabija's blood before it touches the ground and before the clone can replicate, and devours every fractal of him until he is gone. And so in this story, we see this goddess that chooses to do this very difficult thing for her love and compassion. And then she goes into a bloodlust and rage, a blind destruction that it is said Shiva needs to lay down in her path. And when she stands upon Shiva in her crazed bloodlust, she suddenly comes back to herself and remembers who she truly is. So this is representative of the sacred masculine holding structure and offering this peace, this calm for the wild feminine to return to her essence, to her truth again. And yes, we can look at this tantrically between the polarity of a man and a woman and this relational dynamic, or we can look at this in the collective feminine as a way of coming into balance in our inner Shiva and Kali, our inner Shiva and Shakti, and creating that container, that structure, and that holding for ourselves to return to center and to the empowerment of remembering who we truly are. And if you want to learn more about balancing your inner female and male essence, look for the video on that as well, coming soon. So in this story of Kali, we learn about ruthless compassion, and we're also going to look at it as right use or the empowering truth of anger. Because when nothing else works and things are at a very low point in this myth, the rage of Kali moves the energy. The rage of Kali is willing to say, enough of this, no, and to stop the madness, to stop that which is untrue, the demon of ego, of illusion, from wreaking havoc. So sometimes, we'll get much deeper into this in my video, The Empowering Truth About Anger. Sometimes our anger is a much higher frequency. It is always a higher frequency than our fear or our shame, where we get very frozen. So the empowering use of anger to say, enough of this. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it empowers you in your awakening journey. If you liked it, give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed, you can do so now. I also want to invite you to visit the links below to move deeper into the temple with me on your journey into divine feminine awakening. There are many ways to enter the temple. Only love.